Welcome to the Heart of Giving. As you know by now, we talk about the organizations in the community that are made up of the volunteers, people that believe in something, and that are nonprofits. Today is no exception. Today we have the LGBTQ group and at the center, which is the center of the organization that we're going to talk about today. And I'd like to introduce to you Porter Gilberg, who is the executive director, and Ron Sylvester, who is the president of the board. And we'll start with you, Porter. What is this group?
Well,
I know what it is, but you tell me.
Well, I'll tell you a little more.
Okay.
So we're at the LGBTQ Center of Long Beach. So we are an organization that primarily serves the lesbian, gay, bisexual, transgender, queer, and questioning community, but most of our services are open to anyone. So we do things like HIV testing, mental health counseling, social and support groups, free cyber center, youth programs. We do a whole host of things to support people who need help. We serve about 25,000 people a year.
Is that right?
Oh, yeah.
And that's just in Long Beach or the whole area, this whole surrounding area?
Well, the majority of folks who come and use our services do live in Long Beach, but we don't have any geographic restrictions. So anybody from anywhere can come and use our services. So we definitely get people from San Diego, Orange County, Los Angeles County. We'll serve anyone who needs our help.
And the center has been there how long?
We're going to be in our 35th year next year.
No. 35th year? Is that right? Well, you know, I've been aware of it, but it's had its ups and downs for 35 years.
Well, I think a lot of...
It seems to have more ups now.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yes, we are very lucky that we're on an upswing. Any nonprofit that's been around for that long, of course, is going to have highs and lows. We've gone through some lows, but we're very, very excited to be on a big high.
And what does the board do? Tell us about the board.
Well, the board of directors is responsible for setting the strategic vision for the organization, and then Porter then, along with the staff, implements the vision. And then we also are the governing body for the organization as well.
And you meet weekly or monthly? Or?
We meet once a month. It's the second Wednesday of the month, and in one of our larger meeting rooms, and of course the public's always available.
And where are your meeting rooms?
Second floor of the center.
Ah, okay.
Yes.
And then the downstairs, what does happen? Is it the downstairs of the center, because isn't that right next to the theater?
Well, we have a lot going on all over the building. So it's about a 7,200 square foot building, and we have meeting rooms upstairs and downstairs. We have programs upstairs and downstairs. So it's concrete walls. That whole block that we're on is just
built
full
to
of
last
concrete.
forever.
We used to be a bank, so they don't want anyone. They didn't want anyone breaking in. We don't want anyone breaking in. So we can't really hear what's going on at the theater. So first floor, we've got some meeting rooms, our HIV testing, mental health counseling, cyber center, and lending library. Upstairs, we have drug and alcohol counseling, mental health counseling, youth programs, meeting rooms, and some administrative staff.
And one of the things that our meeting rooms are used for is that we host approximately 15 social and support groups throughout the month. And I think Porter can give you an idea of what some of those are.
Yeah, I read that you have meetings all the time.
Oh, yeah.
Going on. So I visualize it right. The theater, there's something on the corner, and then there's a theater, and then you're right next to the theater. And then there's a thrift shop?
Yes, we are sandwiched.
Is it your thrift shop?
No, it's
Sorry.
The thrift shop. You know, they're another phenomenal organization in our community. They're the AIDS Assistance Thrift Store. So all the money they make at their thrift store, they donate to local HIV/AIDS charities.
And is that next to the theater, or are you next to the theater?
We're next to them.
And then they're next to you on the other side?
That's correct.
I see. I see. Well, as you say, you have so many people going in and out all the time. Tell us what's happening inside.
Well, as Ron mentioned, we do have tons of social and support groups that meet weekly. So everything for kind of specialized groups, like we have women's groups, men's groups. We have groups for older adults. So one of the issues we're finding in our community right now is the LGBTQ community is aging, and there's a whole unique set of social and support needs that older adults in our community need. So we have monthly groups for older adult men and women. We have special events for them. We have a weekly watercolor class for them to participate in, and we're looking into expanding some additional services to try and support them so they can age in place at home. We have a number of other groups for youth, young adults in their 20s, AA groups, Narcotics Anonymous groups, just over a dozen, as Ron said. I think we're almost at 20 at this point, and then we also provide meeting space to
20 different groups, specialized groups.
Specialized groups.
Absolutely. And we provide meeting space to other organizations in the community as well. So there's probably half a dozen other organizations who have their regular planning, board, or organizational meetings at the center.
And one of our groups, which is the men's rap group, was the very first group started at the center right after the center began in 1980 and still meets today, 35 years later, without interruption. So it's
Is that right?
it's a great, long-standing group that a lot of men in the community have taken part in.
Yeah. And what do you do? Are you the center for the parade also? No, that's separate.
That's Pride. Yeah.
I know that's Pride.
Yeah.
But they're not interrelated. That's not a leg of each other.
We definitely collaborate with Long Beach Lesbian and Gay Pride. They celebrated their 35th year, I believe it was this
30.
year? No, 30th?
35, okay.
30, I think it was
30.
35. They've been around a long time.
In the 80s. Yeah, I remember that.
But we work very closely with them, so they've been very supportive of the center and our programs and events, because we also have a number of cultural programs to engage our community as well. And we support them every year by participating in the parade, having a booth at their festival, and we usually send them over 100 volunteers to help run their festival. We also have a thriving volunteer program. We can send them 100 volunteers because we have about 300 volunteers that support us every year, 50 to 60 volunteers every week.
Wow, is that right? Every week?
Every week.
In addition to all of the groups that you have meeting.
Well, the groups, with the exception of one group, all groups are volunteer-led. So we only have a staff of 9 people. We have 9 full-time staff members, and then
And what do they do?
well, one of them is me. The other ones do quite a bit as well. We've got a couple of admin folks. We have 3 people in our health services department that provide our HIV testing. We have a case manager and victim advocate in our mental health counseling program. And we have a youth services manager as well who runs all of our after-school programming. So we have a very, very popular after-school group for kids 13 to 18. And he has about 10 volunteers who help him out in that program, because we get 15 to 20 teenagers in our building every day.
And are these services provided by volunteers? No, you said that these are member staff of your staff.
Yes, staff oversee everything, and for a lot of the technical stuff, the high-level support stuff, our staff do that. But we're able to serve as many people as we do because we have really, really dedicated volunteers who believe in what we do.
I imagine you have people that you could refer to legal matters, medical matters.
We do have a legal clinic.
You do?
Yes.
Oh, no, I didn't hear about that.
We do. We Wednesday night, every other Wednesday, every Wednesday.
Every Wednesday we have a weekly legal clinic.
Used to be every Wednesday. You can see the demand is growing, so we've now increased it to every Wednesday night. You can come in and meet with an attorney for 15 minutes to discuss whether or not your situation has a case or not, and get some legal advice and also some legal direction in regards to the situation that you're.
And you said also a medical.
We do have a medical referral program at the front desk. If you come in and ask for specific LGBT-friendly doctors, et cetera, we do have a resource to help you find that.
Tell me a success story. Tell me the good you do.
Well,
a lot. I throw that at you and you go, what?
No, I think there's a lot of great things coming out of the center. Do you want to start? We'll each give you one. Go ahead.
Okay.
I know, we have folks of all ages who come into the center. So there's going to be success stories no matter what age group you start with. One of my favorite stories is a youth who began attending our youth program when he was maybe 15 or 16. And through that youth program, he developed a voice. He had just come out as a transgender man, and he was kind of trying to find his own. And through our Mighty program, our Mentoring Youth Through Empowerment program, he really found a voice and started going to speak at colleges about his experience and training social service providers at these large corporate social service and foster care agencies. And he eventually took over training everyone at the center and training the community on transgender issues and how to be more supportive of transgender people. And he was our guest speaker at our gala this last March.
And
so
how old is he now?
He is 19, and he just went off to four-year, very prestigious private university.
Very good. Okay, do you have one?
Sure, I enjoy talking to the parents of our youth, and it's so rewarding to hear them talk about the change in their son or daughter after they've come out and joined our Mighty program, our mentoring program.
But you also have meetings for parents.
We do, yes. And it's, when they see the change in their son or daughter in terms of accepting who they are, embracing it, and beginning to thrive within their new identity or their new orientation, they say that, they become much more outgoing and much more involved and just begin to thrive. And, when I hear that from a parent, because of what we provide at the center, it's, that's all the paycheck I need.
What I know that now it seems to really be humming with business, that's not the right word, but with help that you do in the community. What do you see in the future? Do you just see a future of more acceptance for the services you provide and the people that need it and they find out about it? Is that a growth in that way?
Well, I think, there's always going to be a lot of need in our community. We've made tremendous progress as LGBTQ people with our community accepting and embracing us, but that doesn't make the need for help go away. So people still need health care. People still need a place to go to socialize. Youth still need positive role models. People still need help finding homes and jobs. So our job is to stay put where we're at, listen to our community's needs, grow if we need to, and change if that's what our community asks us to do, but we're not going anywhere.
Yeah. Well, I think that Long Beach is very open, much more than it used to be in the services you provide, and I think it's a marvelous thing that you are there to give people some more confidence and some more feeling that they have a better future. Thanks for being with us today. It's been very informative, and we're pleased that you're here with us. And I hope you learned some new things at every program, especially today. Thanks for watching. Welcome back to you. This segment is very interesting because it's been going on a long time, but a lot of people I don't think know too much about it. And so I'm glad we had this for you today, and that's the ArtExchange. Nicolasa Galvez is here as she is their Chief Executive Officer. And I think she's also probably their main volunteer in addition to being the Chief Executive Officer. But we're pleased to have you here today because you take care of a part of our city that I think a lot of people don't really realize. And so the ArtExchange is what?
We are, I guess in a nutshell, it's a creative place to experience art. And we have 3 different primary ways that we do that. We have, for artists, we have studio space so that they can create and show their work.
Now, before you leave that, when you say we have artists, are these people off the street that want to know more about art, or are they artists themselves to begin with? What is that?
Yeah, they are working artists, professional artists, so they're...
Okay, that's one of the things you do. I'm sorry, I
No,
interrupted
that's
you.
good.
Okay.
Thank you. Thank you. And then we also have a gallery space for artists to show their work. We do about 4 shows a year, and they go on for three months. And those are all juried shows.
So you have spaces?
Yeah, we have, it's a large building, so it's 10,000 square feet, and we have a gallery and an event space or a community space, and then we have a classroom, and then we have 2 group studios and 4 individual work studios.
So this organization is for artists.
Yes.
Not performing.
Professional work.
Yes,
visual
professional
artists.
in the city of Long Beach and all around.
Yeah, and I mean, we definitely want to create a space for Long Beach artists and support Long Beach artists, but it's not exclusive to Long Beach.
Okay, now I think you gave me two things. What was the third thing?
The artists, and then educate artists of all ages and levels. So
That are not artists or that are artists?
both. So we'll have youth art classes. We'll have art classes for adults that engage community members who maybe don't consider themselves artists but love to do artwork. And then also artists who want to develop a skill, experiment with a different medium. And that's done in our classroom. And then we also want to engage the community in art. So more than just going to a gallery, although we love it when they come to the gallery, we really want them to see how artists work. And so all of our artists have at least 10 hours in their studio that they're working. And
In your studio?
Yeah, and in their
Artist area of
yeah,
the
we have
building.
currently 11 member artists that have their studio space in the ArtExchange. So we have painters, we have someone that works with wood, we have a fiber artist, we have sculptors, all different
I was
mediums.
going to ask you, what type of medium do they use? So all.
Yeah, all visual artists, and they rotate. We have one artist who was actually a former board member, who's now a studio artist, and she's been in there, I'd say, a little bit over 2 years. And then we have new artists that have been there 2 months. So
And do they rent the spaces there, or is it provided for them?
it's provided with them. They have membership dues, so and that kind of covers the cost associated with promoting their work, supporting their workspace, and holding activities like the art walk and our open studio nights, so that the
Now,
community can see.
This wonderful place, all these magical things are happening, and where is it?
We're in downtown Long Beach in the East Village Arts District, and we're on the corner of 3rd and Elm.
3rd and Elm.
So right between Long Beach Boulevard and Atlantic.
Yes. Uh-huh.
The downtown post office.
Yes.
We're south of that.
I see. I see. Across the street.
Yeah.
For heaven's sake. And how long has it been there?
We've been in that building in February. It'll be 3 years.
Because I can remember he was talking about something like that during my time,
Yeah.
in the 90s, late 90s and early 2000.
The idea was born about 15 years ago by two working artists, Steve Elliker and Greg Navarro Pickens.
I remember Steve.
And they've been championing the cause, along with definitely support from the city and community members, but really carrying along that vision to have a creative hub for visual artists to create artwork.
You know, I think probably most of the artists in town probably know about you because they know, where they can get help, and they know where they can see people that are doing things similar to them. But I don't think the main community knows as much about it as it should,
Yeah.
because that's a tremendous offering for the community.
Yeah, I think we are a quiet but powerful entity. I have worked in the homeless services for 12 years, so being at the ArtExchange is new for me, and I definitely didn't. I brought a lot of that program development and nonprofit structure, but it's a whole new community, bringing in
Oh, yes.
artists, bringing in the public. When I was working in a shelter, it was definitely outreach to the community to visit wasn't part of my job description. But working at a community art center, that's been huge. And trying to do that marketing, we have a shoestring budget, basically nothing.
I'm sure.
So marketing on social media has been my best friend, but I wouldn't say that's the only thing that nonprofits should do to engage the community.
And does it say in your window what you are, and everybody knows when they go by that this is an artist area?
Yeah, we'll have different event flyers on our windows announcing our next exhibition or our next event. We just had a candlelight vigil for domestic violence there. The local women's shelter of Long Beach organized it. So we definitely have different community events that bring in new audiences that maybe aren't artists that don't know about the Art Exchange. I wish we could do more, and we are definitely working to do
If
that.
somebody wants to just go to the gallery, or they see it's a gallery, can they walk in at any time to look at the gallery?
I'm the only staff person, so depending on my meeting schedule, I'm also at Cal State Long Beach in a master's program. So depending on when I can be there, it's open during the day. And then the best bet for people to come in is during our art walks, because all of the studios are open. The shops on 3rd and Elm are activated. The East Village is activated.
Yes, I know.
So there's
That's a big night.
definitely a lot. There's music, there's food.
And in the Art Exchange, if someone walked in to see the gallery when you were there, could they also see the artists working?
They each have different,
Times they're there?
yeah, they're 10 hours a week is our minimum. They're definitely working there. We want to give them that private time to focus on their artwork, but they all are committed to engaging the community by having open studio hours. Every third Thursday from 6 to 9, we have a free open studio night, which is definitely more of an intimate night where you can sit with the artist. There's been drawing groups, sewing revolutions, block print making, all different activities where you could just walk in off the street and don't have to have a high artistic skill level to just sit down and create something.
And does it say in your window, because I think you'd have a lot of window space facing
Yeah.
the street, these different things, the open times that you're there, and not just the walks, but the artist time, and you have things listed so people might go and say, oh, I'm going to come back Thursday?
We have, we definitely have. I think because our programming is so diverse that it's hard to succinctly put in, if I list 12 studio hours, I think I would take up the whole window with all of what our studio artists are doing. They have different events, they have different classes, and then we have different events every week in addition to our set events like Second Saturday and Third Thursday. I would say our Facebook, I'm always updating our Facebook, posting pictures
Under
of what
the
we're
Art
doing,
Exchange.
Announcing what we're doing. We have a calendar on our website that lists all of our events and different ways to get engaged, whether you're an artist, a community member, or a student.
Do you need like more volunteers so that they might open it when you're not there?
I need more staff. I definitely have a few
People you
gallery
rely on.
attendants that help me out, and it's a hard thing, especially with volunteers, and there's a lot that they're usually engaged in, and then they may also be in between employment. So I definitely have lost a few great volunteers to that.
And the thing that they show, the artists that are showing in the gallery, can people buy them?
Yes, I would say that's the number one way you can support the Art Exchange is by buying artwork from the studio artist and the gallery. All of the artwork is for sale. We'll have a few special shows where we want to highlight pieces that aren't for sale, but our gallery is not a museum where you come and look and leave. It's definitely a place where you can engage and support artists by purchasing their artwork or meeting the artists through the studios.
Do all of the schools know about this, and the Long Beach City College and Cal State Long Beach? Do they do their art departments know about this Art Exchange?
I think there's definitely could be an effort for them to know more about it. They do a great job at Cal State Long Beach. They have great studios. They have great instructors, and I don't think there's necessarily a need for them to have more instruction or more studio space. They have held exhibitions there, like their culminating shows. We've had photography shows there. I think we had a sculpture show. So that's definitely something that they do look at the Art Exchange for, to have a community location to show their culminating work.
Or just, there are a lot of people in Long Beach that are really interested in viewing and seeing galleries, so I hope that they know about it and also that the schools know that this is available, and also new artists who probably don't know that they might have a space someplace for a couple of months or even have a place to work.
Yes.
You need more publicity.
I know, I need a
you need a PR person
yeah.
too.
We had a really great teacher from Stevenson. Their field trip budget got cut, of course, but they're within walking distance to the Art Exchange. So she organized with, I think, about 6 of her teachers 3-hour field trips. And we
that's
did
wonderful.
art activities with, I guess, about 30 students.
Well, we need to do
7
that.
times.
We
but,
need to do that more. And
yeah.
the time is gone already. And
Oh, good.
all of these.
I'm not good, but I'm
you know, good. It's nice to have you,
Yeah, I
Nicola.
really
Thanks so much
appreciate-
for being here.
Thank you.
Very good. We learn something new every day, and I hope that you are happy with the things you've heard today. We thank you for watching.